Hey everyone, welcome back to the class 2. Well, as we discussed in the last class, which was class 1, it was just the basic thing which was there, where we discussed it how to start with Python. But today in class 2, after reading your laptop with you, that is after downloading the text editor and the Python in your laptop, we are good to go ahead. Before starting this class, I just want to revise one thing, that is, we are going to learn the Python full, that too without free, and we are going religiously to follow py4e.com, that is a website set by a professor where the Python can be learned for free, and there many videos are there to help you out. Plus there is a book, PDF, which is open book. We are going to follow that book completely. So today's class will be based on the chapter 2 of that book. I will recommend you to study that book beforehand, that is chapter 1 and chapter 2, before starting this video. Well, the main aim of this video is to help you out the logic of Python rather than the basics of Python. I will appreciate and I want you, and basically the motive of this video is also like that you have studied the chapter 2 by yourself. So the things which is written over there is pretty clear and you can understand by yourself. But here in this video, I'm going to discuss with you some beautiful logic behind that, so that it will be very easy for you to understand whatever written is there and build a solid logic of Python. Mind you, I'm a chartered accountant, not a coder, not an engineer. So it's as new as it for me, as new as for you. So my videos just is like a motivation to you and everyone who is watching this video, including myself, so that we can come together, motivate each other and learn the beautiful thing called Python from scratch, from a non-coder background. So like this, let's start today's class. So as we discussed, what is Python? So Python is, according to me, is like a man, right? Whatever you will tell to this man, he will do it for you. He will love to do it for you, right? So what you are going to tell to the Python? There can be this. See, whenever we try to write something, first we write a value, right? Whatever we write can be a value. Like it can be ABCD, it can be 1, 2, 3, it can be 1.2, 1.3, as I discussed in the last class. So there only can be 3 types of values basically in this whole world. If you think minutely, that is ABCD, we call it a string, integers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maths, and 1.2, 4.5, float, which is called decimals, right? So only these can be 3 types of values, right? When you put many value together, it becomes a line, right? So every executable line, that means when you put together a values and when you combine some values together and it becomes a statement, it's called a line. That line means something, like I am Shivam, I am Shivam. It means something, right? I, am, shivm, all these are values. But when I kept it together, I am Shivam, it makes sense something. This is called statement, this line, I am Shivam. In the world of Python, it is called statement, right? And when you combine too many statements together, it's called script, right? So this is the basic of Python. Now I'm trying to connect this Python from the real world, because when you talk to someone, there's basic understanding which is required to be told to the other person so that other person can understand. Similarly, Python is another man and we are trying to communicate with the Python, right? So that Python can understand and do whatever he can do at its best for us, and that too for free. That is amazing thing. Actually, my kick for learning Python is that I want to create a person who will work for me, who can do all my office work and let me go free, right? And I don't also have to give a salary or part of my salary to that person. So Python for me is that assistant of me, you can say that. So maybe to learn Python there can be different motive of yours, but anyway, let's come back. So in Python you give them a value which can only be of 3 types: string, that is ABCD, where integer, that is 1 2 3 4, and third is float, as I have discussed this. Now string, whatever you write in bracket becomes a string. That's code for a Python, that whenever it comes in a bracket, treat this as a string. Now you understand that we have three things: values, statement, and the third thing becomes a script. When all the values come put together, make some sense, called a statement, and when all the statements come together, we write it as script. We call it a script, right? Now when come to statement, there can be two types of statement. One is assignment statement and second is expression statement. Now what is this? Assignment, expression sounds a bit technical, right? But here the aim is to make technical things simple. So it's not technical, it's actually logical. See, when you tell something to Python, it is what? It is actual fixed value. When you are saying string, that means you are telling the Shivam, maybe that's a fixed value, Shivam. When you are integer, you are saying 56, for example, that's a fixed value. For 9.7 float, that's again a fixed value, right? But sometimes we don't need a fixed value. We want a value to be variable. That means, let's say I want to say, let x is equal to 53, let y is equal to 27, and let z is equal to x plus y. That is 53 plus 27, that is 80. You see that? So this x, y, z is a variable, and against this variable you are fixing what? You are fixing a fixed value. These kind of, is this a statement? Yes, this is a statement because it's making sense. It's saying x is equal to 53. That's making sense. Here you are using the word x, you are using 53 value, right? And this is called operator equal to. That means you are assigning something. So when you're assigning a value to another value x, this type of statement is called assignment statement, right? And any other statement which makes some sense but which is not assignment, we can call it expression. So basically, what is expression? So expression is a combination of values like 53, Shivam, 9.7, variable like x, y, and operators. When all these things are combined, we can call it as an expression. So remember, expression or assignment, both are what? Both are statement because they are making sense. In one line can be executed by Python. So any one line which can be executed by the Python in itself is called a statement, right? And what Python will execute, whatever it will understand, it will execute, right? So in common language, in common world, whatever we can understand, when one line makes a understand to us, we call it a sentence or something. So the same way, if Python can understand one line and can execute it, we call it a statement. Like x is equal to 53 is a statement. Okay. Now, next thing. In the next thing, I'm not going to tell you or teach you. In the next thing, I'm just going to go through very quickly because I expect you that you have studied the same from the chapter itself. So next thing is, as we have learned about variables, we have next thing is operators like plus, minus, division. All these are operators. And when you keep operators with something like you say 53 plus 27, right? So 53 and 27 is operand here, and these symbols plus, minus, these are called operators, right? Similarly, like we said, x is equal to 53 and y is equal to 27. So x plus y, again x and y, which is a variable, is operand here, and these symbols plus, minus, yeah, plus, x plus y plus is an operator, right? So this is operator and operands we have discussed. Now, like in the basic maths, coming to the next topic, that is how the operator is being read by the Python. It's always go from left to right, right? This is how the Python read. X is equal to 53, so it will read x first, then equal to then 53. So this is how it reads, x from the left to right. Similarly, when there are many things like many operands in the statement, for example, let's say x plus y into z, right? So here again it's reading from left to right, but there is one thing. What it will do, either it will add x plus y first and then multiply with z, or it will first multiply y in with z and then add x. So again, like mass, we have a very basic formula here, board mass. What is board mass? That is bracket is first, then exponential is there, then division, then multiplication is at same level, then addition subtraction is at same level, just like that. So here we have PEMDAS I have written, that is P is parenthesis bracket, E is exponential, M for multiplication, D for division, A for addition, S for subtraction. So don't be confused, I have used two words. Don't be confused, I have two words here, board mass or PEMDAS. These all are shortcuts to remember this order, that what will happen first. First bracket, then exponential, then multiplication, division, then addition, subtraction. You can write your own acronym and remember that, right? So that is how actually Python understand. So in the initial classes you will see I am talking very basic because it's more about basic. Once you go through the basic and you make it really strong, it will be very easy for you to understand Python and learn Python in the later stage. And let me tell you, it's very easy. Just you need to keep a bit of patience, practice, and you're done with it. You have now 10 hands. Congratulations. That's how Python feel like when you try to use it. Okay, without doing any more tarif of Python, let's start. Go ahead. Now, let's write the first program ever in Python, which everyone wants to write. And what is that? That is Hello World. So the first program we are going to write is print Hello World. So we are going to end our class with the first command, print Hello World. But before that, there is a tip. So you see what here? The first thing you see here, this is a statement because it's making sense. But again, if you will see print word, if you focus on the print word, what you see, as you said to the Python, print Hello World, it's actually a function. Python automatically understands that when you want to say print Hello World, means it will write Hello World. So these fixed function of print, which is already coded in Python. So who created Python has already coded a meaning to it. And that meaning is that whatever you write in the print after opening brackets or parenthesis, whatever is written over there, it will exactly replicate the same on the output device. That can be a screen or whatever. So that Hello World, print Hello World. So print here is the function, right? Now we understood. Okay, so whenever you tell Python to print, it will do this. Just like coded already in the Python, right? So for actually doing the same, there is some code written over there against the print. So one who created the Python, wrote some code against the print. So he said, the person who created Python, he said to the system, hey computer, whenever someone write in Python, print Hello World, go and do this. And after doing that, what system does, when you write print Hello World in the Python, the output is Hello World. So now you see the logic which is happening in the computer when you're writing print Hello World. So that is why print has a predefined meaning in Python, and we call these type of things which has a predefined meaning in Python called function. And there can be many types of function which we will learn slowly, and then we'll use these functions with some values in it, right? That will make sense to Python, and then Python will do our work. This is the logic I was talking about. This is the logic I'm actually help you with to understand what is written in the chapter number 2 of that book, right? So in this class, I'm going to a bonus function. I'm going to talk about a bonus function. And what is that? That is type. What? Type. Yes, type. What does this function do? Type. This function simply tells you when you write something in the bracket, type Shivam, the Python will do what? Python will tell the type of this value. It will say it is a string, right? So this is what does type do. When you are not sure that what kind of value it is, whether it is type or it is whether it is integer or string or what, then this type function will help you out. And then you see we will use type function many a time, so understand which type of value it is. You must be thinking, इतना सोचना क्या है? There can be only 3 types, as I said earlier. What is that? String, integer and float. Yes, there were 3 types as I told you, but I'm not an expert, so there can be more. Let's explore this and understand this. So meanwhile, I also want to show you how to run this code on Mac. So here it is. Let's first open terminal. Here it is. Let's type Python 3. So let's start Python 3, and now you see it has become 3 arrows front. So now it's ready. Now it's ready to take command. So now here it is saying, let's say print open bracket string, that is a hello world. Let's see what does it do. Enter. It has printed hello world, the very first program. So today I have shown you to write this thing over terminal. In the next class I'll show you how to write this thing using the script, and we'll run the first ever program hello world through a script. See you in the next video.